Yes, I'm sitting down, and deservedly so too. I've had a busy day out in the garden. Things have been building up while I've been away apparently, and I've had to get on with them. Anyway, enough of that. We're back in the man cave, and this is for episode 4 of my Norwegian adventure. First big day. I won't use the term tick list, shopping list. It was a big item off my shopping list. Was this is a ride over from a very wet ride to begin with, over from my overnight at Forde, over to alongside the fjords, over to the road over to Geiranger and Geirangerfjord. The viewpoint itself is a place, a location called Dalsnibba, which is about 1,500 metres, I should say, above sea level. I mean, the mountains in Norway are not big alpine-wise, but they're certainly big compared to our Scottish mountains. And the views are to die for. They really are. They're fantastic. And I got some really good views from the top of Dalsnibba. So it was, and there's a lot of twisties involved. I warn you now, there's a lot of twisties involved. So it was up to Dalsnibba, back down to the main road, over the pass, over to Geiranger, and down to Edsdal, which is where I took my overnight at a hotel that got mixed reviews, but it was a bed for the night. It was comfortable. The people that ran it were brilliant. Greek, I think, something like, or yeah, I think they're probably Greek. But either way, it was brilliant. And the day was brilliant. But I know there's a lot of people out there that are aware of the fact I had my microphone problems because my helmet mic spat its dummy. And I was stupid enough not to take a spare with me, so I've completely got to rely on the external microphone on the camera. And I'm hoping I've got away with it a little bit, because wherever possible I've used slow speed with my visor lifted, and the camera's actually picked up my voice on the external mic, so there is some commentary in there, and I'm playing around with this voiceover business, and I think I'm getting better at it, but I'll leave you to judge for that. So yes, have a look. Oh, by the way, Fjord, yeah, you know who you are. I'll have no more. Thanks. I'll have no more Fjord Fiesta. Please, you know who you are. All right. But have a look through, see what you think, and I'm sure you'll let me know. All right. So yeah, over to Geiranger and Geirangerfjord via Dalsnibba. All right. Well, I hope you can hear me. I'm travelling slowly enough. I've just left the accommodation here at Forde. Heading for, on the face of it, Geirangerfjord. Weather's been wet during the night, very wet, but the crowd's breaking. According to the forecast, I've probably got about, 2 or 3 hours in front of me of reasonable weather, but I'm topped up, ready for it, so we'll see what happens. So I'll leave you to it. If you can hear me, because the weather's turning again, I'm going to take the camera off the front of the helmet. I know the camera is supposed to be waterproof, but I'm taking no chances. But just before I take it off, it's turning out to be a very wet day, but just look how atmospheric this looks. I mean, these turf roofs here on these huts, it's amazing really. All the two breaks in the clouds, but I think what's in front of us is fairly grim, to be honest with.
Just look at the way the fjord, there's a bridge up there in front of us and the fjord goes up there. How far it goes up I really don't know. I don't get the map out, it'll be sodden in no time. So I just got to follow the sat nav and see where it takes me. So I'll see you soon anyway. Okay. I'll switch the camera back on because there's a break in the clouds and the scenery is absolutely out of this world. Okay, we're not on a mountain pass, but we're in mountain scenery and it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Makes you want to break out into song. And I stand in Scandinavia, and I stand right here, and I stand in Scandinavia. That'll do. It's stopped raining, I don't want to make it worse. Right, let's carry on a few minutes and I'll switch off again. A glimpse of this. I thought I'm going to be stopping I can't stop for photographs all the time. It just, oh, it's incredible, so incredible. It's a fantastic view. But there are times when you have to stop for a photograph. It will be against the rules not to, in this case. I've not realised just how high we were coming over there. The camera might not be able to pick it out, but right in the distance, that's a glacier. That is a glacier. Permanent ice cap. Oh wow. Oh, just wow. Okay.
Well, we're still riding along the shores of the Nordfjord, or at least a branch of it, and the big vessel over the way, I'm thinking, because this road runs around the far end and back round the other side of the fjord, I'm thinking that very shortly we're going to be riding past it, so we get a closer view of it when and we'll be able to see what it is, obviously. So let's see what so let's look around the corner, shall we?
And this is how the other half live. The Seven Seas Mariner out of Nassau. Regent Line. I'll stick with Blizzard, thank you very much. I get a lot more independence.
You know, sometimes the view down the fjord in the distance is really, really enticing. Lovely mountain scenery. The mountains in Norway are not that high, to be brutally honest, but the reason that the glaciers exist so low down is because it's so far north and the climate is that much colder. But I mean, just look at that view at the far end of this fjord as we're riding along it. It's just it's stunning. It's just stunning. Yeah.
Look at this little church. Reminds me of somewhere else. Time for a photograph. Got another glacier, another small glacier up there, up on the top. It's just, there aren't many places that have this effect on me, but this is one of them. Yeah, this little church, it reminds me, when I was across in the States, 3 years ago, a village called Peninsula in Ohio, and it was all wooden buildings, very much like we got here, and the little church there, it was just magic. The same as this is just magic. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I can't stay forever, no. Gotta get back on the road again. Just pulled off, so I can at least say something, and there'll be a chance of you to hear me. It's just surrounded by waterfalls, glaciers in the distance, marvellous mountain scenery. What more can I say? Right, time to go a bit further.
Well, this has crept up on me. We're coming up on towards the top of the pass, really, between the one valley and the valley that contains Geirangerfjord. We're coming up on a stretch of fresh water. I looked at the map and I knew this piece of, well, it's a lake really, isn't it, you know, but I can't remember how it's spelt, I can't remember how to pronounce it. I don't think I'd even try to pronounce it, to be honest. But we're quite high up now, probably up towards 1400 metres, and it is getting windy, you know, so but it's a little bit further along and we'll be turning right to take the ride up to Dalsnibba. It's a little toll road, but it's going to be worth it, obviously. So yeah, let's look for this turning off.
Well, this takes us up to Dalsnibba, which is the famous viewpoint at Geiranger. I wasn't expecting to do this until tomorrow. This is a real bonus, but 5 kilometres anyway. So I'll leave it recording for now.
I'm sorry, I make no excuses for this. There's loads and loads of twisties, and this is what I ride for. This is what I come away for, is these twisties. I'll keep it as brief as I can. I'll cut some out and keep it short. But and suffice to say, it's getting windy. We're over 1400 metres, and it's getting windier as we get higher up. So there is a lot of wind noise. I'm sorry about that, but it's just the way things are. Let's see what's around the corners anyway, shall we?
This is just unbelievable. unbelievable. Dalsnibba, Geirangerfjord Viewpoint. It's just breathtaking. I haven't seen the view yet.
Skywalk on the way over to Geirangerfjord or Geirangerfjord. I wasn't planning on getting here till tomorrow. This is real bonus. 1500 metres. Really isn't. So it's windy. This is the actual skywalk. This platform. It's probably called a skywalk because when you look down through the grating, always a long way down there. Always something way down. Oh, not my thing really. My goodness, it's a bit special, you know. Too windy to speak, but that's blizzard at the Dalsnibba Geirangerfjord Skywalk, and it's flipping windy. Anyway. Very windy skywalk. Now we start the way down. I won't be just filming the twisties.
Well, I suppose one could say that's been the highlight of the day. But either way, I'm going to switch off now and head to the hotel. Unless, of course, I see something worth switching on for. So, see you at the hotel.
Oh well, I was back up there at the viewpoint up at Dalsnibba. I managed to get myself a hotel down the valley below. So that put me nicely ready for crossing the fjord tomorrow morning and off foot to Trollstigen. Because as far as the internet's concerned, it is open. Trollstigen closes for Stonefall quite regularly. But at the minute, it's been open for a while and it's open as we speak. So let's get down to this hotel, shall we, and see what it's like.
Well, we've just arrived at tonight's hotel. It's got mixed reviews, but it's cheap-ish. And it's a bed for the night, that's what matters. The Eidstell Hotel. Time will tell, but like I say, it's a bed for the night. That'll do for me. See you later. It's been, yes. It's been a day, yeah. See you later. Well, it's supposed to be a room sharing bathroom, but I've got my own bathroom. And the reviews say it's tired. It might be tired, but it's better than camping. Okay. I've got a room for the night, that's what matters. It's been a great day. Thanks for watching.